Hey guys, Will here with IntoMobile. We're taking a look at the LG Optimus 2X, the LG Star, actually. Um, that's what I got on my hands here. The very first Tegra 2 dual-core smartphone. We've seen a lot of Tegra 2 with the dual-core ARM Cortex A9 processor in there, in a lot of tablets that we've shown you. But this is the very first smartphone. Looking good, actually. A nice big 4-inch AMOLED screen. Feels good in the hand. It's got this, I don't know if it's going to come out on video, but it's got this interesting curved display here on the edges along the side right there. You got a little bit of a curve that just kind of makes the screen look like it pops out a little bit. Adds a little bit to the in-hand feel, but actually looks really good. Not sure if it's coming out on video here, but if you guys can see it, there's a little bit of distortion on that reflection on the edge there, showing the curve. And let's see, so a little bit of a hardware tour before we get started. We got the 4-inch AMOLED display, of course. It's running Android 2.2 Froyo, skinned with LG's own custom home screen. We got the 8-megapixel camera on the back with the LED flash. Very nice. 8 megapixels is the standard these days. What's different about this guy is it does 1080p HD video capture, which is definitely not standard. You won't find that in any other phone. It does full 1080p video capture. It's got the micro USB port right down there. If this will focus. There we go. And it's got the HDMI, the mini HDMI port up here, which also, unlike other phones with HDMI like the Motorola Droid X or the HTC Evo, this guy can use the HDMI port to offload the screen, the home screen, to a TV. And I'll show you that in a second as well. It's got GPS, of course, with digital compass. It's got Wi-Fi, BG and N, Bluetooth, basically everything you could hope for. The 3.5mm headphone jack, that's up here. The power button's over here, as you can see. And the volume control is here. Aside from these physical buttons, there really are no other physical buttons on this LG Optimus 2X. It keeps the design actually pretty clean. The lines are pretty clean, and of course the capacitive touch navigation buttons up here on the front. Slide up to unlock. Backlit, of course, and we've got some interesting customizations to the UI. We've got that home screen selector right there. You just hit home and it explodes all your panes, or a nice little pinch will explode and you can go to any home screen pane that you want to check out. Also, in addition to the 8-megapixel camera, we've got the, oops, I think I'm on the wrong pane there. We've got a front-facing, if it'll show right there, there you go, you can see right there. That little dot right there, the little white circle, is the front-facing camera, actually. And that you can get to, let's see if we can switch that around, like so. So there we go. So that's the front-facing camera, switch between the front-facing and the back-facing, like so. And you've got a whole bunch of other features on the camera here, lots and lots of features. Image size, focus, that's all standard, ISO, scene mode, white balance, all that stuff. But you do get a couple actually unique features here. You get image stabilization, which you don't really find on smartphones these days. And when you go to shot mode, you can choose from continuous shot, out of focusing shot. A couple cool ones are that continuous shot, which is a burst shot mode. I'll show you that real quick, actually, right now. Just take a real quick. It took, I don't know if you could hear the shutter sound, but it took 6 pictures right there in 2-megapixel resolution. You don't get the full 8 megapixels, but 2-megapixel resolution on the burst shot, that's pretty impressive compared to other phones that'll do burst shot at much lower resolutions. And if I can get the menu to come up, I'll show you guys. There's also panorama and stitch shot. So panorama shot is actually pretty cool. You're just gonna take a picture, then it's going to guide you with that red square. You just center it right like so, and it'll take that picture. Keep going. Just center it. And then you can stop it at any time. That's not going to be a good panorama just because I'm holding it in my left hand and we're doing with this one-handed, but you get the idea. And of course, because this is Tegra, an NVIDIA Tegra 2 chip, it's got a really, really high performance GPU. Oh, and speaking of LG tweaks, here's the app list. You actually get downloaded apps in a separate section of your app tray. And notice the scrolling. The scrolling is super smooth, super fast, really responsive, and that's also because of all the acceleration you get with the NVIDIA. Their experience in the graphics department is really paying off here. You get the NVIDIA graphics, the GPU here, as part of Tegra 2. And what that does is actually NVIDIA has actually worked with this game developer to create a custom version of this game that takes advantage of the higher performance GPU in Tegra 2. And take a look at what that watermelon looks like on the LG Optimus 2X here, again with Tegra 2. Really smooth. The geometry is on point. Look at that little mango right there. You can see the mango is really smooth. That strawberry rotating really fast. You can see it looks much more realistic than, say, these guys. You see all the angles, and that mango in the bottom left corner is all pixelated. So also want to show you a little bit of the video recording on the LG Optimus 2X here. It can actually do 1080p. We've got a camera module here that can support 1080p video capture. What I'm going to do is I'm going to flip this down to video mode, like so. There we go. And we're going to take a couple quick frames on the video, just to show you guys how smoothly video records at full 1080p. We'll stop that. And let's go back. Let's preview that guy. And everything, notice the transitions are smooth, nothing lags. You know, not only is the dual core, are there two processors running at 1 gigahertz, but you also have the benefit of all this GPU acceleration, graphics acceleration, thanks to NVIDIA's graphics processor. So here we go with the video. Frame rate's good, nice and smooth. And keep in mind, you won't be able to appreciate the full impact of this video because it's on this tiny screen, but that is full 1080p. And what we're going to do is we're going to output all this content in full 1080p resolution to a display. Alright, so now we have the LG Optimus 2X connected via HDMI cable right there. You can see that, and that is connected to this big old TV. And that's actually nothing new. You know, the Motorola Droid X and the Evo 4G, they all output over HDMI to a TV, including audio, so video and audio in 720p. But what's different here is, notice that we're actually seeing the home screen that's on the phone is what we're seeing on the display, and that's actually a unique feature. Not only is this in full 1080p, which is greater than any other smartphone out there. Every other smartphone can only do 720p HDMI out, but we're actually seeing the home screen. Every other phone with HDMI out will actually only output video and photos to the display, and it won't do a mirrored setup like we're seeing here. So we can actually, in real time, as we're messing with the screen on the smartphone, you're seeing it change on the TV, and that really helps for stuff like, there we go, say playing Fruit Ninja. You can really get a feel for how much better the graphics are. You know, you're seeing this on a much bigger screen, and you're getting to see where all that optimized graphics work went in. Fruit Ninja put in a few tweaks to this game to take advantage of the Tegra 2's graphics performance, and it does look really, really smooth. And another game that actually NVIDIA has worked exclusively with the developer is this game Samurai here, and we're watching this again in 1080p on the TV screen, and notice the detail and the speed and just the smoothness. One thing is you can actually game on the TV, which is really kind of interesting because you get the same gaming experience, but instead of on this tiny little screen, you get a lot more detail. And again, this is all being output over the little HDMI cable. Not only games, but we can also see stuff like the web browser. And it fully supports rotation. So you can view the view anything on your TV via HDMI out in portrait, or like this in landscape, which would actually take advantage of the TV's widescreen aspect ratio. And again, full flash. You see the flash ad here. You see there are more flash ads down there, but we can go through the web page, scroll on the phone, and we're seeing it exactly as it's happening in real time on the TV screen. Pretty impressive stuff there. And when you do that, you can actually see that there's the flash ad right there, and there's the flash ad right there, right on the TV.